Have you ever found yourself marveling at the quiet ones in the room? You know, those who, instead of filling the air with words, choose to speak volumes through their silence and calm. When they do speak, their words carry weight, as if they've cracked a secret code to living well. Intriguing, isn't it? Well, buckle up, because today we're unraveling that mystery together. You're about to discover what sets these quiet warriors apart. And surprisingly, it's not just about being the strong, silent type you see in movies. It's something deeper, something that has shaped leaders, thinkers, and seekers for centuries. Stoicism. Now, before you think, another lecture on ancient philosophy, let me stop you right there. This isn't about dusting off old books or memorizing quotes from philosophers with impressively long beards. No, we're diving into how the Stoic practice of speaking less can actually amplify the quality of your life. If you're curious about how saying less can mean more, or how silence can become your strongest reply, you've landed in the right place. Join me as we explore how these timeless traits can redefine our noisy world, one quiet moment at a time. When you choose silence, you hold up a mirror to the world, allowing others to reveal themselves while you remain grounded, like a tree standing firm through a storm. Mastering the art of stillness turns your quiet presence into a canvas for others' thoughts and insecurities to paint themselves. This isn't about shutting down. It's a strategic embrace of calm. Lao Tzu once said, "Silence is a source of great strength." Imagine harnessing that inner stoic within you, nurturing your wisdom while chaos swirls around you. This silent strategy disrupts the usual rhythm of conversation, where words are often thrown like darts. Instead, your silence becomes a shield, deflecting those darts and leaving the thrower puzzled, unsure of their next move. Here, in the quiet, you're not just listening, you're observing. You're analyzing the waves of uncertainty your calm presence creates. Your silence speaks volumes, signaling that you move with intention, not impulse. Embracing silence is a journey of empowerment, aligning with the Stoic virtues of wisdom and temperance. It teaches us to value the unspoken, to find strength in stillness, and to seek clarity in the calm. Stoic silence isn't emptiness. It's a space brimming with potential, where you can observe, reflect, and choose your path with precision. Let silence be both your strategy and your strength. In the quiet, find your voice and let it guide you with the wisdom of the ages. As we navigate a sea of noise in our daily lives, it's essential to recognize the power of silence, the strength in speaking less. This isn't about withholding your voice, but about enriching its value. The wise Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, understood the weight of words, the importance of thought before speech. They saw silence not as a void, but as a canvas for reflection, a moment to harness inner peace and clarity. Why is this trait of speaking less so crucial in today's whirlwind of constant engagement? Because the quality of our interactions depends on it. Every word you choose to share has the potential to build or break, to enlighten or obscure. By choosing silence over chatter, you give your words room to breathe and resonate more profoundly. This practice of thoughtful communication is a testament to respect. Respect for the listener, the message, and yourself. It's a Stoic reminder that power often lies in simplicity, in the spaces between words where understanding and connection grow. But how do we cultivate this trait, especially when the world demands our constant attention? It begins with intentionality, a conscious choice to embrace moments of silence throughout the day. Pause before responding in conversation, allowing yourself to fully absorb what's being said. Find time each day to disconnect from digital distractions. Embrace stillness to reflect, refine your message, and cultivate inner clarity. This discipline of silence challenges us to prioritize quality over quantity, meaning over mere noise. By embracing silence, you will notice a transformation in your conversations, relationships, and understanding of the world. You'll find that by speaking less, your words carry more weight, your thoughts gain clarity, and your interactions deepen. This isn't just about talking less. It's about communicating better, about living with intention and purpose. Are you ready to let silence be your superpower? The wisdom of our Stoic guides teaches us to find the courage to seek out silence, granting our words the space to echo with truth and significance. Let this be the journey to a more focused, serene, and meaningful existence. Silence attracts attention. Silence, often overlooked, holds a magnetic power in the art of conversation. It is the calm before the storm, the breath between beats in a thrilling drum solo. But this isn't merely about keeping quiet. It's about mastering the moments when silence speaks louder than words. Imagine a setting where everyone rushes to voice their thoughts, yet you remain calm, collected, and silent. Your quietness is not a sign of withdrawal, but a beacon of confidence, drawing others in, making them wonder what's on your mind. This curiosity grants you an unseen edge, subtly influencing the dynamics of interaction, echoing the Stoic belief in the power of restraint and thoughtful action. Diving deeper, consider silence as a canvas on which others project their thoughts and emotions. It's about offering space, not just physically but mentally, for ideas to breathe and grow. Choosing to listen rather than immediately respond is not passive. It is an active engagement in understanding the world from another's perspective. This act of empathy, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, strengthens connections and fosters a profound understanding of those around us. It is a powerful tool that transforms how we navigate relationships, workplaces, and even our inner dialogues. The impact of silent strategy. Now, let's explore how the silent strategy can amplify our impact when we do choose to speak. Stoicism teaches us the value of quality over quantity. By speaking less but with greater intention, every word carries weight, resonating with purpose and thoughtfulness. This is about striking a delicate balance between silence and speech, where our words become more impactful, not because of their volume, but because of their value. This approach not only elevates our communication, but also enriches our interactions, making them more meaningful and profound. Embracing silence is an art, a deliberate choice in our fast-paced, noise-filled world. It is a skill that, once honed, can bring peace, influence, and depth to our lives. The goal isn't to shun conversation, but to enhance it, using silence as a tool to deepen connections, understand others, and convey thoughts with precision. It is a journey of discovering the power of pause, a testament to the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, which teaches us the strength in stillness and the virtue of listening in a world that never stops talking. Silence builds strength. Have you ever noticed how some people command a room, not by the volume of their words, but by the weight of their silence? This is a mark of those who have mastered the art of speaking less, a trait deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Stoicism emphasizes the power of introspection and inner calm, virtues that thrive in silence. By embracing quiet moments, we tap into our inner strength, much like drawing water from a deep well. Silence is not about absence but presence, a focused engagement with our inner selves, where we listen intently to our thoughts, emotions, and intuitions. It is within these silent conversations that we uncover our true desires and the paths we wish to walk in life. Think of silence as your personal trainer for the mind. Just as athletes build physical endurance through rigorous training, you can fortify your mental resilience in quietude. In the hush, away from the world's noise, you are not sitting idly. You are actively constructing a fortress of calm within yourself. This sanctuary is where you wrestle with and understand your inner chaos, emerging more centered and unshakable. It is a practice that prepares you to face life's challenges with strength and clarity. The power of silence and humility. Silence does more than bring peace of mind. It sharpens your clarity, helping you prioritize what truly matters. Think about the insight that emerges from stillness. This isn't just about tranquility. It's about gaining the clarity to make decisions that align deeply with your core values. When your actions stem from deep reflection, they carry greater intention and purpose. This deliberate way of living doesn't just transform your own life, it reshapes how you engage with the world. Your words become more impactful, your decisions more intentional, and your presence more serene yet authoritative. Silence, in this sense, is not just a retreat, but a tool that refines how we navigate life and relationships. So, what does it mean to speak less and listen more? It means fostering meaningful dialogue with both ourselves and the world. It's about harnessing the strength that silence provides to lead a life of purpose. Guided by Stoic wisdom, the practice of silent introspection doesn't make us withdrawn. Rather, it equips us with the clarity, composure, and conviction to act with grace. As we embrace the quiet, we become like the Stoics of old, resilient, clear-headed, and profoundly impactful. Freedom from pride and arrogance. Freedom from pride or arrogance isn't about diminishing yourself or dismissing your talents. It's about seeing both your strengths and weaknesses clearly, without inflating your ego or undermining your worth. Imagine walking a balanced path. On one side is arrogance, where you elevate yourself above others, and on the other is self-doubt, where you underestimate your value. True humility lies in walking steadily between these extremes, anchored in self-awareness. This balance is more than just humility. It's about truth, the truth of our shared human experience. Embracing this truth changes how we interact with the world. It shifts our focus from speaking to listening, from asserting to understanding. Those who embody this virtue don't speak less because they lack something to say. They do so because they recognize the weight of words. They choose them carefully, ensuring that when they speak, they add meaning, not noise. This quiet strength draws others in, fostering deeper connections and mutual respect. It reminds us that sometimes, silence communicates more than 1,000 words. Achieving this state doesn't happen overnight. It begins with self-reflection, a cornerstone of Stoic practice. Regularly examining our motives and biases helps us align our actions with our values. Acknowledging our flaws and limitations allows us to extend the same understanding to others. This process isn't about self-criticism. It's about growth in wisdom, compassion, and authenticity. As we cultivate this mindset, our relationships deepen, our minds open, and our lives become richer. By embracing the Stoic principle of freedom from pride and arrogance, we create space for meaningful interactions and genuine connections. In this space, we learn not just to speak, but to speak with purpose and to listen with true intent. This is the path to a life of depth, harmony, and fulfillment. The power of silence in negotiation. Silence, especially in negotiation, is a strategic tool, one that has been valued by the wise for centuries. It's not just the absence of sound, but a force that can shift the dynamics of any conversation. Think of silence as the calm before the storm. Not a force of destruction, but one of clarity, understanding, and resolution. Why do those who speak less often find themselves in positions of strength? It's not about withholding for the sake of mystery. It's about creating space. Space for reflection, for clarity, for uncovering what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. In negotiations, silence grants us power, not by dominating the conversation, but by steering it with thoughtful intent. Mastering the art of silence begins with self-awareness. Recognize when your urge to speak is just a reaction rather than a response. It's like captaining a ship through stormy waters. The waves of conversation may rise and crash, but a skilled navigator remains steady, knowing when to move forward with words and when to anchor in silence. This practice exudes confidence and demonstrates respect. Respect for the moment, for the words yet to be spoken, and for the people involved. It's a testament to the belief that our words should be meaningful, impactful, and, when the time is right, transformative. As we move through daily interactions, let's not underestimate the strategic value of silence. It's a tool for building bridges, not barriers, for opening doors, not closing them. By embracing silence, we elevate conversations beyond mere negotiation into meaningful dialogue, where respect and understanding hold the highest currency. So next time you find yourself in a crucial conversation, negotiation, or moment of exchange, remember the power of pausing. It might just be the most eloquent thing you ever say. Empathy and consideration for others are like hidden superpowers in our fast-paced, often self-centered world. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that remains profoundly relevant today, teaches us the value of these virtues. It shows us how kindness and a genuine regard for others can transform not only our relationships, but also how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. Stoic wisdom from thinkers like Seneca emphasizes the importance of understanding and compassion in our interactions. When we choose to act with kindness and truly consider the feelings and perspectives of others, we're doing more than just being polite. We're engaging in a profound act of humanity. This reflects the Stoic belief in the interconnectedness of all people. Practicing empathy isn't about suppressing our own thoughts or feelings, but about creating space for a more inclusive and understanding world. Such actions don't go unnoticed. They ripple through our relationships, fostering mutual respect and deeper connections. The art of deep listening. Deep listening is an art often overshadowed by the clamor of daily life. It holds a quiet power that those who speak less have mastered. These individuals understand something profound. Silence can be as expressive and impactful as words. This understanding is deeply rooted in Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches the value of empathy, wisdom, and the strength found in quietude. To these quiet listeners, every conversation is a treasure trove of opportunities to learn and connect on a level that words alone cannot reach. They approach discussions not as platforms for their own voices, but as chances to dive into the depths of another's thoughts and feelings. This is not merely about keeping silent. It's about active engagement without the interruption of one's own voice. Imagine the difference it makes when you listen not just to reply, but to understand, to truly feel with the other person. This is the essence of Stoic empathy, recognizing that behind every word lies a multitude of emotions, stories, and wisdom waiting to be discovered. Practicing deep listening begins with intentionality, a willingness to see every interaction as a lesson in humanity. It requires turning off the mental noise and tuning into the frequency of another's experience, allowing their narrative to unfold without rushing to insert our own. This practice demands patience, a Stoic virtue that teaches us to control the urge to speak and instead give the stage to the silence that speaks volumes. Patience in listening brings us closer to wisdom, opening doors to perspectives we might never have considered if we were too busy formulating our next sentence. How do we cultivate this powerful trait? Start by embracing the silence within yourself. Learn to be comfortable in the quiet, for it is in these moments that we become receptive to the subtle nuances of communication. Reflect on the words of Epictetus, who reminded us that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we may listen twice as much as we speak. Let this ancient wisdom guide you toward becoming a beacon of empathy, understanding, and wisdom in a world that desperately needs more listeners and fewer speakers. This journey of deep listening is not just about enhancing personal relationships or becoming better communicators. It is a pathway to living a more stoic and fulfilled life. The art of reflective wisdom. Diving deep into our own thoughts and emotions can feel like navigating an uncharted sea. It is a journey that requires courage, curiosity, and an open heart. This exploration, this quest for understanding, is at the core of what it means to embody Stoicism in our modern world. It is about pausing in a culture that prizes constant noise and chatter, finding value in silence and introspection. The art of saying less, of choosing when to speak and when to listen, is a trait deeply rooted in reflective wisdom. It is not about silence for the sake of silence, but about understanding the power of words and the impact they can have. Consider those moments when a friend shares a problem. The urge to fill the silence with advice or words is strong. Yet, often, the greatest support we can offer is our presence and our ability to listen. This choice to listen rather than speak stems from a profound understanding of human connection, acknowledging that sometimes what we need most is simply to be heard, not given answers. This wisdom, the knowledge of when to speak and when to hold back, enhances our relationships and our ability to connect on a deeper level. But how do we cultivate this reflective wisdom and discipline of the tongue? It starts with observing our own patterns of speech and silence. It involves asking ourselves, is what I'm about to say necessary? Is it kind? Will it improve upon the silence? This process isn't about self-censorship, but about cultivating intentionality in our communication. By embracing this practice, we learn to speak with purpose, choose our words with care, and appreciate the profound impact of listening. This journey toward reflective wisdom is both personal and universal. It connects us to the ancient Stoics, who understood the power of words and the value of silence. By choosing to speak less and listen more, we not only honor their legacy, but also enrich our own lives. We become more thoughtful in our interactions, more deliberate in our choices, and more attuned to the world around us. This path is not always easy, but it is immensely rewarding. It invites us to live with depth, intention, and a greater sense of connection to ourselves and others. Resilience in adversity. Embarking on the path of silence is like discovering an ancient treasure within us, one often overlooked in the noise of everyday life. This journey reveals that those who speak less often harbor a profound strength, a type of resilience that is both rare and essential in today's fast-paced world. Stoicism, a philosophy as timeless as the stars, teaches us that this quiet resilience is not about shunning our voice, but about choosing when and how to use it. It is a testament to the power of listening, understanding, and reflecting before speaking, mirroring the Stoic practice of control over one's actions and reactions. Why do these silent individuals captivate us, drawing our respect and admiration? It is because they embody the Stoic virtue of restraint, showing us that true wisdom does not lie in the quantity of words, but in the quality of the thoughts behind them. By practicing the art of deep listening, reflective wisdom, and resilience in adversity, we step closer to a life of meaning, connection, and profound understanding. They understand, as did Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, that our words carry weight, and by conserving them, we give greater meaning to those we choose to share. This selective communication is not a limitation but a strategy, one that fosters deeper contemplation and a more measured response to the world around us. How can we integrate this Stoic resilience into our own lives? It begins with recognizing that silence is not a void but a space filled with potential for growth and understanding. By embracing moments of quiet, we open ourselves to the lessons adversity offers, learning to respond with clarity and purpose rather than reacting with haste. This practice, much like the Stoic exercises of reflection, teaches us to find calm in the storm, look inward for strength, and see challenges as opportunities to prove our resilience. As we navigate the complexities of life, let us remember that the power of resilience lies not just in facing adversity, but in how we choose to engage with the world. The silent resilience of those who speak less is a reminder that in the economy of words, each one holds a potential to inspire, heal, and transform. It is a call to embrace the Stoic principles of acceptance, perspective, and virtue, guiding us toward a life of purpose, meaning, and unwavering strength. Don't let this be the end of your quest. There's a world of wisdom waiting for you in our next video, ready to further inspire and fortify your spirit. By choosing to engage more with the Stoic practices we discuss, you're not just learning. You're undergoing a transformation that extends beyond knowledge into the realm of real personal growth. So take a moment to click on one of the suggestions on your screen, and let's continue to expand our minds and spirits together. Your path to becoming a more reflective and impactful individual is just beginning.